Shalom, shalom. First of all, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Chachwadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and shalom out there to the hopeful, experience truth, and sincerity. This is Rakam Akapash from GMS London. And, back again with another video. I got this article here that I found on Euro News. You can't see that, but yeah, some Euro News. And I'm not sure what I'm going to call this yet, but, this article here is, it's attacking a particular group of people that don't speak favorably, of democracy and the agendas that are being played out in the earth, right? And I basically just wanted to get into this, man, because it's the world, and the powers that be are demonizing those who don't agree with this world, those that don't like the way the world is heading. Basically coming against the image of the beast, right? These guys are taking shots at these Christian Orthodox people, but that really is a broad brush, that they're really they're painting, for anybody who doesn't agree with democracy, right? So that would include us, right? And they go into what they call conspiracies and things like this, which a lot of it is true. I'm not saying all of it, but a lot of it is true, right? Because there are agendas at play, okay, from the elites, right? But basically, it's the demonization of those that disagree with the beast system. All right, so let's just get into this, right? It says, documents, articles from USA, right? It says democracy is a tool of Satan, right? The adversary, because that's what the word Satan means, the adversary, right? The murky world of orthodox influences, right? So I guess you got a group of these so-called influencers, on the YouTube or the social media platforms, right, speaking against the system. I guess we've been doing it, beginning of our elders and apostles, man, for for a long time now already. Maybe they're jumping on the bandwagon, but other people are starting to see the things that we're speaking about. Okay, even these so-called Christians, man. I'm not saying that they're in the truth or nothing, but they're speaking out on these issues that we speak about, right? So the small, slick contingent of young Orthodox stars are harnessing social media to spread extreme, there's that word extreme, and buzzwords, right? Extreme messages around the globe, right? So like I said, it's these articles are here to demonize those that don't agree with the system, all right? So anything, if you don't agree, it's extreme. It says democracy is a tool of Satan that has been perfected by the small hats and their Gentile allies, right? Again, who are the elites, who are at the top of society, who runs all these corporations, who runs all these industries, who owns them, okay, who supports them, right? So yeah, they called it, they shot straight. They shot straight. Okay, name names, but they need a demographic, all right? Because everybody wants to ignore the fact that these guys do run and own everything, This is, and their Gentile allies, okay, their puppets, right, in secret societies to take sly control of nations while allowing citizens to feel that they have a choice in the matter, keeping them compliant and dumb. And that's what democracy, does and has been used for, right? And we know, it's all bullshit, BS anyway, right? This whole idea of choice, you're voting for one over the other because this one supports a particular set of ideas, and this guy supports a different particular set of ideas that that appeal to you. But it's all bullshit. It's all smoke and mirrors, man. Okay, it's just the truth, right? That's why the world just seems to get in a worse and worse state every year, right? Because it's not their agendas, man. It's they work for the elite. They push their agendas. All right, so let me read this from Revelations 13 and 11. It says, I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, right? Which represents your left and your right, your Democrats and your Republicans, and your conservatives and your Labour parties, right? They're two sides of the same thing, right? Left wing, right wing, you know, it's the two wings of the part of the same beast, right? So they have those what they call is like a Hegelian dialectic, man. They got those on opposing sides, but really they serve the same purpose, right? It's there to beguile people. It's there to make you believe that your choices are making a difference, so you get to change the person who's in power, you know, when it's really not changing anything, you know. Like I said, to make you to keep them compliant and dumb. All right. It says and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Right, and that's what you're seeing more and more. You know, I was listening to Elder Yeshawamba's a video today, you know, on you know, the news aspects and all this climate shit that they're pushing, all right, to, you know, to manipulate the people, man. You know, and so he's bringing in draconian legislations, man, to make you give up, you know, basically all your luxuries and that. You know, while the elite, by the way, don't give up shit. Right, they ain't gonna have to give up shit. It's gonna be the people that have to give up everything, man, in order to save the fucking planet, man. And the planet's not even in danger like that. You know, it's in danger under you fucking devils for sure. And that's why the Most High gonna come. Well, it's gonna send his son to erase you, but you know, take you out of power. But you know, ain't no damn under threat of no climate change, man. This is just judgment of the Lord that's taking place on the earth, man. You know. But yeah, he got you giving up your freedoms and shit to save the planet. You know. So yeah, so you know, they're all gonna come out and say the same thing. They speak as one, as a dragon. You know. They're all gonna support it, left or right. It don't matter. You know. It says these are the written words of Rush Velizadeh. So in his rampantly anti-Shem online writings, which parrot the classic line that the small hats run the world, the former pickup and alt-right blogger turned orthodox zealot talks about once Christian West transformed into a state of small pornographic sewage, right? Because they run that too, right? You know, these supposedly God's chosen people, they're running all that madness, right? So alleged national decline is a prominent theme in the Americans' writings, right? Believing untold millions in the Western world have sold their souls for comfort, money, and sex. Yeah, right. America's moral sickness is in its terminal stage. Yeah, it is. America is in its terminal stages. Right? America is about to be destroyed, man. All right. So he wrote in one blog post, says the boomers are busy counting their money. Gen X is trying to keep their 2.1 children from becoming flamers, right? Millennials open Pandora's box on degeneracy, right? And he's spitting the truth right now, man. Let's be real about it. This place is become so morally decayed, man. It's a joke, right? It says it opened the box on degeneracy, and the Zoomers may not be able to keep their brains intact from being exposed to hardcore porno at the age of 8, right? It says they're done with democracy, right? And I ain't gonna read the rest of it. You know, you can read in your own time. I didn't feel like, you know, the rest of this was as a like a better word, you know, worth bringing out, right? But then this is just the point, all right? So you know, these articles are being written by at these guys about how terrible these people are because they see the world for what it is, right? A cesspit of fucking bullshit, right? That needs to be changed, that needs to be ended, right? We're not here to support this world and the things that the world is doing, right? But speaking out about these things puts you what they call in an extreme category, you know, whether they call it extreme right, extreme left, extreme whatever, man. You know, you're extreme and you ain't you ain't suitable, right, to be among the rest of the population. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna do things to you know try and quieten us, you know, and put us away from the world, right? So we don't share these ideas, right? But let's get some scriptures, man. Right, this is Daniel chapter 7 verse 23. It said here, thus he said, the fourth beast, okay, which is this empire that we're currently in, right, beginning with Rome, right, and this is Rome's revival, okay, the wounded head that was brought back, from the wound, the wound of death, right, that was wounded to death, was revived, right. This is it. This is Rome part 2, and I'm going to show you why, right. It says the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. Right. So this fourth kingdom, that exists beginning with Rome, okay, coming out down to today, okay, was diverse from all the other kingdoms that came before it: Babylon, Media, Persia, Greece. Right. They were different. How were they different? Why were they different? All right. Oops. This is First Maccabees chapter 8, verse 14. Right, and if you read at the top here from verse 1, it says, now Judas had heard of the Romans. So the Romans are mentioned in the Maccabees, right? Because right, the Apocrypha, when you read the scriptures that don't have the Apocrypha in it, it just jumps. It jumps through the whole period of Greeks. It misses out the Greeks completely. And the next thing you know, in the New Testament, they're dealing with the Romans. Where was the other empire? That's why these guys took these books out, man, because it revealed too much. Okay, that these men are already related. These are Edomites. These Greeks are Edomites, man. And these Romans are Edomites. So it says, now Jews had heard of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men, and as such as would lovingly accept all that joined themselves unto them, and make a league of amity with all that came unto them, right? Because they were building up, they're building their empire. So they took on everybody. That's what they did. They didn't just conquer you, man. Okay, they enlisted you in the armies, man. You become part of the provinces, and you just, spread out, put out to constant war, right? But jumping back down to verse 14, it says yet for all of this, it says, yet for all of this, none of them wore a crown, all was clothed in purple, to be magnified thereby. All these other nations that came, or these empires that came before it, had kings, right? Had a monarchy, and a line of succession. The princes, right? Their sons, they will take the throne after their father, either passes away or hands it over. But Rome didn't work like this. Rome didn't operate like this, man. Right? It says, moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house. Oh, hold on. Again, why I said this is Rome part 2, because what did America have? America have a senate, right? We got a parliament, same kind of thing. It's not ruled by kings. England and America are not ruled by no king. They're ruled by presidencies or prime ministers or, whatever title they want to go by, but they're not officially kings. They're rulers, but they're not kings. And it's not passed on to their sons or whatever, right? They get elected and they get rotated. Leaders get rotated out of these nations, man. Just like Rome. That's how these nations today are being set up. Okay, they got rid of the monarchies, right? It got set up back in the image of Rome. All right. It says, for its part 2, right? It says, moreover, how they made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in a council daily. Like I said, they sit in the senate houses, in the parliaments, right? Consulting always for the people. And that's why we have, here we got MPs, right? And they talk to the prime minister on behalf of their constituents from their regions in the country, whatever. Same in America, right? And they speak on behalf of the people, right? That's what they're there for. That's what they do, right? That's what they're supposed to be doing, right? Consulting always for the people, to the end that they might be well ordered. And they committed their government to one man every year. So here it was more frequent turnover, man. One guy would rule for the year and do whatever he needs to do. Power and authority was given to him for the year, and then someone else would come in. Here we got, terms of 4 years and all this types of business, and they get to run for another term, be in for another 4 years or whatever, unless he gets deposed and they don't like what he's doing and blah 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 blah. you know, but generally they get terms of like 4 years or so, right? It's the same kind of thing, right? So then they were all so who ruled over all their country, and that all were obedient to that one, and that there was neither envy nor emulation among them. Okay, which is bullshit. The man are always vying for that top seat, but when it come around so often, like every year, I guess man just wait. You know, they don't act too hasty, man. Patience. But you know, everybody wants that top seat. Everyone wants to be in power, man. You know, whether they're suitable for the role or not. You know, the prestige and the wealth that comes, power that you get with being in that position. That's what these people vie for, man. That's what they really care about. So this, you know, new system, this new Rome, this Rome Part 2 is what it's based on. It's based on Rome, because they operated different from all the other kingdoms that came before it, right? So like I said, you know, this is where we get the so-called democracy from, because we have leaders that we're supposed to vote in and shit, right? Make you feel like you're impacting how the country's going when you ain't doing shit. Okay, people ain't affecting how the country's going. The country's going this direction, you know, whether you vote or not, whoever you pick, whether it's Conservatives or Labour, whether it's Republican or Democrat, they're all the same shit. Okay, they're all going to do the same bullshit and bring down the country, bring down the nations, man, because that's what they're here to do, right? It's Revelations 13:3. It says, and I saw one of its heads as it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. Okay, Rome was healed. Rome was revived, right? This is Rome being revived, starting with America, beginning with America. America is that chief seat in the earth, right? That's why they get to dictate to other nations what they should do in the name of democracy, and they go around these other fucking other countries that don't have so-called democracy, and tell them what to do. It's not very democratic of them, right? But they get involved in international affairs and fuck up other people's countries, man, and bring dissent in these people's countries, man, and uprisings and shit. You know, for those that love the way of the West, and that's why the image of the beast isn't you know, Jesus Christ, man, right? Because the whole world don't believe in Christianity, man. A lot of people are dropping out of Christianity. Most people don't even believe in Jesus Christ, right? Most people don't even believe in Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. You know, all these men got all these different religions, man. But what they do want, what people do seem to want, is this Western way of life, right? And you know, regardless of their religious or, you know, their religions or whatever, a lot of people want to come and do the things the way, you know, the West do things. You know, be all liberal and all that kind of shit. Women especially right now, right? They want to be all liberal and shit, and, you know, be free and, you know, hold themselves up and all kinds of stuff. You know, people are conforming to the way of the West, because that's what's being spread throughout the world, man. It ain't Jesus Christ, man. They don't give a shit about Jesus Christ. They ain't trying to promote no Jesus Christ in the earth, man. You know, I ain't seen one advertisement on Jesus Christ. You know, but I see better advertised in the form of music videos and all this type of shit, right? Infecting the minds of the people around the earth. That's what I do see. That's what I do hear. Okay, ain't no Jesus Christ, man. So he gonna make you love this system and want to be a part of it. So he, you know, naturally you're gonna want to do what he says when it comes to taking that MOTB. All right, that's what's being pushed. The image of the beast is being pushed. Okay, and that's what it is, right? Yeah, so I saw one of he says as it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. The world is wandering after the beast. Its ways, right? They're mesmerized by the freedoms and liberties that Esau supposedly giving you, man. But all he's doing is giving you the keys to wickedness, unshackling you, you know, from your traditional ways, you know, which are more spiritual, even though you know, you're going off in your religions and stuff, man. But you was more disciplined, more orderly, and now Esau just give you the keys to wickedness, man, and you're just going crazy with it, you know. So there's Revelation chapter 17 verse 2. It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. I'll just start from the top, right? It says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither,
I will shew unto the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Okay, this is America, who sit above all nations, oppresses all nations, because they have the might and power to do so, right? That's why they can slap sanctions on you and send their military in there and all kinds of shit, right? Because they got the power to, right? With whom the kings of the earth, okay, these other nations, have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of their fornication. Okay, that Western philosophy, okay, this so-called democracy and shit, right? That's what they're spreading in the earth, and the nations have been made drunk. Okay, you got LGBTism going on in Iran, man. That's supposed to be some stern Muslim nation. You know, you got transgenderisms and all that kind of stuff going on there, but that's not something that's meant to be going on. But these things are being, they're creeping in. They're paying, they're trying to pay off these African nations to promote LGBTisms in their countries, man. Some man take the money, some man don't. But this is what's being pumped out into the earth, man. This wine. Okay, to make them drunk, to be drunken in wickedness. All right? They ain't out here trying to pay man off, believe in Jesus Christ. They ain't trying to do all of that, man. Don't give a damn. That it was useful for a time. Yeah, that whole religion thing, man. But they've moved on since then, man. People care less about religion these days than they did before, because Esau ain't on that. He ain't trying to promote that, right? He don't care what you believe in, man, because he's corrupted Christianity already, man. So whether you think you're a Christian and you're goody two shoes or whatever, you good. He already corrupted Christianity, man. That's why he's got you going off and doing wickedness. You don't need to do it anymore. It's running itself now. Whether you want to be a part of it or not. Wickedness is set throughout the earth, right? Anyways, that was what I wanted, right? So yeah, so they've been made drunk with the wine of a fornication, right? America handing out that cup to everybody, right? It's Jeremiah 51 verse 7. It says, Babylon, which is America, have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, right? The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad, right? They're drunken of a wine, and they mentioned what some of this wine is, right? Let's go back here, right? Right, so yeah, it says America's moral sickness is the sick of this wine. So it's in his terminal stage. He wrote in one blog post, so the boomers are busy counting their money, the love of money, right? Gen X is trying to keep their 2.1 children from becoming, moles, right? That's a part of the wine, because he's still be promoting that, right? Millennials are open Pandora's box on degeneracy and drug abuse and all kinds of shit going on in this place, man. And the Zoomers may not be able to keep their brains intact from being exposed to hardcore porno at the age of 8, right? And it's just sex everywhere, man. It's just everything is corrupting people, man. Right? But we're supposed to embrace this, like, this is great. Yeah, this is progressive. This is how the world should be. No, this world is corrupt, man. This world is likened unto the time where the Lord brought the flood. How people were corrupt and violent, wicked, right? And the Lord brought the flood upon them to destroy them. Okay, this world is in the same state. That's why the Lord is bringing judgment against this place. That's why shit heating up. Esau out here blaming global warming, man, but it's the Lord bringing judgment against this place, man, to have all these weather disasters happen and occur. And the ultimate judgment is going to land in America, man, when those thermonuclear missiles hit. All right. So yeah, so that wine. So that's the wine, right? So they mentioned the wine, but you can't talk against these things, man, because you just seem to be like, hateful, right? It says Revelation 18 verse 23, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee, in the land of America, right? For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries all nations were all nations deceived, right? And this is it. This is the point, right? The earth is beginning into the hand of the wicked, right? And Esau, who is the wicked, is in charge. He's in rulership, right? Corrupting the world through his philosophies, through his witchcraft. Because all this madness going on, all this, like I said, all this LBGTisms and all that kind of stuff, that's all witchcraft, man. Programming you in, through the TV, and all these types of things, It's witchcraft that he's performing. Okay, these are nothing but witches and warlocks that rule this world, right? And they're affecting your mind state, man. Okay? But they're out here deceiving the earth, telling you these things are good when they're not. They're bad. Right? This 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11 says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of the plans and the schemes and the methods that Esau is using, to corrupt the earth, man. Okay, we don't want any part of this. Okay, we're like just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, man. We hate this place. We hate what the world's becoming. And it's only getting worse. All right, but like I said, you say these things now, you're the evil one. Woe unto them that call good evil and evil good. Right? You label us evil and extreme and all this type of business because you want to protect the world how it is and what it's becoming. Okay, because the agenda is strong out here. Right? But this world is wicked and corrupt. These things need to be put to an end, put to a stop. This is second Ephesians. This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. So, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, okay, against demons, man, spirits, right? Against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's not a physical fight. We're not out here trying to scrap with the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and that. We're trying to scrap with them. This is a spiritual warfare we're locked into, man. Okay. With different differing ideologies, man. Head to head with different ideologies, man. Okay, we standing firm in our belief and they're standing firm in theirs. But the Lord is only going to decide which is right. Right? And what's right is all in the scriptures, man, which is what we're here standing on. Our foundation is the scriptures, is the word of the Most High Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. Okay, that is our foundation. And this book, the Bible, condemns this world. It condemns this world, man, for all its evil and wickedness. All right. So again, if we wrestle not against flesh and blood, right? We ain't out here, getting people in headlocks and shit, man, right? So against principalities, right? Against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in higher places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Right? So stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth. And this is what we're trying to do, man. This is what we are doing. We're standing in truth, man. We're telling you the truth about this world and and what's going on in it, man. Okay, whether you like to hear it or not, we're going to tell you the truth. The scripture says, "Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?" We're only going to be demonized for that truth, because of because of the doctrine that we hold, which is Yahweh Shai's doctrine. And this is why they didn't like Yahweh Shai, man. That's why they had Yahweh Shai killed, because they didn't, like the truth. It says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, whereof ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, which is these scriptures. That's what we're battling with. Okay, the scriptures is our sword, is our weapon, and that's what we use against this place. Right? Because it throws it in the face of everybody that comes against it, man, their wickedness. And that's why they get upset. You know? They get upset, get messed up in the spirit, man. And that's what, you know, they want to kill us, man. They want to get rid of us. Want to lock us up. You know? It's Revelations 13 and 15. And he that had power to give life unto the image of the beast, okay, which again is the system, right? This system that, you know, Esau's got going on and what he's creating, right? Because it's a new system he's creating. Okay, what do you think the NWO is all about? You know, and it's happening right in front of us, man. So he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. You don't want to be down with this system. You don't want, you know, you don't want to be a part of our quote unquote democracy, and you know, you don't want to believe in the things that we believe in. They're gonna put us to death, man. Or try. Some of us will be put to death. You know. So it's gonna come to that point where, you know, these views that we hold, man, are gonna become reasons for them to come hunt us down, man. To you know, hem us up, put us in prisons, man, or to kill us, man. Right? And the whole world is gonna be what? The majority of the world is gonna be behind that, man. They're gonna support that because we're extremists, you know, as they put it. And people seem to be, you know, they don't care too much for extremists, right? We deserve everything we get, apparently, you know, because we don't speak the same things that they speak. So anything that happens to us is fine. You know, we're halting progression. We're disruptive. We're hateful. We're, you know, the scourge of the earth, the scum of the earth, in their eyes, right? So when you know these governments, you know, send out their squads against us, man, they're not gonna care. They're gonna be like, good. You know, these racist, hateful people, because they're defending their world, man. Okay, but we don't love the world. Love not the world. That's what the scriptures say. Love not the world and the things that be in it. But these people out here, they love the world, man. So they're gonna defend the world, and you're gonna find out how barbaric these people really are. They ain't gonna give a shit, right? The heart of man shall wax cold. They're not gonna give a shit, man. They're not gonna see your life as human and all this business, equal, all this business, all this shit that they be talking. They ain't gonna see your life like that at all. All right? They're gonna be happy that you're gone, or happy that we're gone. You know? In 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 68, it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you." Like I said, these people are going to be mad as hell at us, man. You know? "And they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols," right? So even in this modern time, you know, like I said, you're going to have multitudes of people against us, man. People, the governments, pretty much everybody. Right? Just as they were against our Lord Yahweh Shai. Right? Only the elect are going to stand together. Okay? They say they should take away certain of you, man. Like I said, they're going to throw us in prisons or whatever. Right? And they're going to try and force us to take the MOTB. The Karakma, they're going to, you know, try and have you take that C hit, man. But if you're of the elect of the Lord, man, the Lord ain't going to have that happen. You know? You ain't going to get stuck, you know, with that. All right, but yeah, they're gonna get some of us, man, and throw us in prisons and that, you know, because we're so dangerous, you know, apparently, so dangerous, because we speak against the things that you promote, because it ain't right, because it's wicked, you know. I'm gonna close out with this. It's Revelation chapter 2 verse 10 says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer." Because we will suffer, you know, when the spotlight is shone upon us, man. Like I say, when they send after us their goons or whatever, people turn on us and all of that, right? We will suffer, man. Scripture speaks about us being like pilgrims in the earth, man. We're gonna have to be on the move and shit. It ain't gonna be safe to stay in one place too long, you know. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison." So it says it. So it will happen. Some of us will get cast into prison because of our beliefs, because of this word, this doctrine that we hold. Right? It says that ye may be tried, that ye may be tested. Right? And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Right? Which is, however many amount of days, not literally 10. Right? It says, be thou faithful. This is what we're called to do, to be faithful, to have faith, despite all these things that are going on. And the reason why we can have that, because we already know ahead of time that's what it was going to be like. This is what the scriptures told us it would be like. Right? So we shouldn't be feeling down or lacking in faith when these things are happening. We should be increasing in faith as those times are happening, because that's the word of the Lord manifesting. We've waited for this day. So even though it's gonna fucking suck, you know what I mean? You'll be getting all fucked up and shit. You should be glad and knowing that the day of the Lord is fast approaching, man. The end of all this, man, is near. Okay, it's all manifesting. Right? Everything's manifesting. It says, you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death. Some of us are going to die. Right? Some of us are going to die for this truth. Okay? But it says here, and I will give thee a crown of life. Okay, you're going to win. You're going to win. Even if you get put to death, you're going to win, man. And you're going to receive that crown. And how shall I going to personally put a crown upon your head, man, and give you power and authority in the earth, man, for having faith, for standing firm and not giving in, right? So we're going to be tried, we're going to be tested, man. We're going to be labeled all kinds of shit, just to, for Esau to come at us, man, when the time's right, Because we're going to see how devilish, these Edomites are, man, because we ain't seen nothing yet. We heard a lot of things, man, and these people that take that shit for granted, but we're going to see how devilish this devil is, right? Like I say, he's going to speak as a dragon, man. He's going to bare his teeth, right? And like I say, when he comes to persecute us, man, we're going to know, right? So, with that, I'm going to say shalom, Lord, when this has been edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So next time I say shalom.